It's a daily talk show episode 371. Are you right there? Sounds like you're taking a leak.
I'm just pouring a bit of Joe.
You're very excited about the new coffee machine.
Yeah, I've been drinking more coffee than I ever have, and it's thanks to this Mocha Master.
You were saying that you want us to get decaf.
Well, I was thinking, like, definitely for the fact that I don't want to consume 1,000 milligrams of caffeine per day. I'd like to, because I like the flavour. And I had this conversation with a barista recently. It's a very barista conversation. I mean, what else do you talk about other than the coffee, the produce? But
I actually don't talk to them.
No, because I was like, the cafe closed, and she said, and I said, oh, can you do me a coffee? She said, oh no, but I can do like a cold brew. I've got these ones in a bottle, like these these little twist top bottles, weird little things. It's just like a shot. And I was like, look, I actually want it because it's warm and I like the taste of it. I don't really want just a cold beverage right now. It's winter.
So did she offer to microwave it for you?
She actually I walked off to get my computer and then I came back and she'd poured it in, put milk and anyway.
Really? Did you test the milk on her hand, make sure it's not too hot for baby?
It was that's what you do. How do you know that?
I don't know. I just feel like it is a thing, isn't it?
Well, you test the milk onto your hand
to
just
make
so
sure
you
that
know.
It's not too hot.
Because you'll be able to tell.
The boys didn't know that, did you?
Nah.
No. You did?
I knew that.
Okay.
I mean, I just tested into my mouth.
Is Dill's mic on because he didn't laugh on that one?
I tested into my mouth when I give Bodhi a little bottle at night.
That's good.
I put half milk and then half hot water.
So this barista, which cafe was it?
I was the cafe in the gym where we get our catering for our shoots.
Okay, sure.
But anyway, we're just talking about, I was like, I love the flavour. I don't know if I drink it for the buzz. Maybe I'm just an addict that thinks that it's not for the buzz, but for the flavour. But I really like the flavour. So but there's no drinking coffee without, if you drink 7 cups, you're going to get fucked up.
If you could have, hot chocolate was the same calories.
No, see, this is the thing. This is where I don't know if the addiction is just rampant because I like the flavour of coffee more than I like hot chocolates.
But you like mocha? Do you like mochas more than
Don't
toffees?
like mochas more than coffee.
No. What about the one that's near our?
Yeah, it's okay, but it's just
You've had it
it's a naughty.
twice.
Yeah, I've had it.
It's a naughty
because
treat.
You get it.
What do you mean? Do you think it's naughty?
It's 100% naughty.
Okay.
How many grams of sugar would be in that mocha, Mr. 97?
How is he going to look that up?
No, I'm just saying he's got a good knowledge.
I mean, the thing is, you can't answer. It's one of my biggest peeves.
Yeah.
Is that people try and sort of, you put chocolate in this category of all chocolates sugary and bad. It's not true. I actually wrote Mr. 97, can you go to notes.joshjanssen.com? I think it's probably...
What is that? What's notes.joshjanssen.com?
It's not there anymore.
Was that?
Try go to Internet Archive and find it because I did a whole piece on chocolate and... It was when I had a blog and I was sort of trying to do a bit of thought leadership.
Yeah.
And it was specifically on, I got annoyed that I gave someone like 90%, they said they love chocolate.
Yeah.
And I gave them this 90% chocolate. And like, I hate it.
I think you've got a real emotional connection to chocolate. It's your Achilles heel.
Well, I think it's the opposite. I think the thing is that if I...
Do you have a good relationship with chocolate?
I do. This is the thing. Though? But the thing is that when I'm healthy, I'm having my 85% chocolate and I'm happy. But then you ridiculed me for having it for breakfast.
When was the last time I did it?
It would have been the old office.
Yeah, a long time ago.
But the thing is that I stopped doing it.
Me.
So now I just, I need to get back to my ways of looking at 85% as a nice little healthy snack.
Look, I think if you're a full-blown chocolate head and you're eating the naughty chocolate,
you're a chocolate head.
And you then downgrade or you just sidestep to only 85% chocolate, I think it's a better choice.
Yeah.
But I think then my point around the 85 is if you want to take another sidestep, but then I don't know how enjoyable life is. So just keep eating your 85%.
I mean, you're the fucking guy that's at the ice cream shop saying you could have like a piece of fruit instead.
No, I'm not. Never.
Did you find the notes?
Yeah, I've come on your blog and it's concerns I have with getting a bike. The
concerns I have about being active.
Yeah, what were my concerns?
The kid with a lot of trophies. Concerns.
Yeah.
Finding a spot to lock it up.
Yeah.
When I
That's a good fucking concern.
Falling
Has it
off,
got what?
no, how's this? Falling off the bike when stationary at the traffic lights.
It's a
Put
big
your
problem.
feet on the ground, bro.
when you
don't
click
have to-
in.
you
No,
don't
when you
have to
click
be a
in.
fucking-
When you clicked in.
Yeah, click out.
Yeah.
You have to
but-
learn to track stand.
Yeah. Well, I can't do that.
That's a
What else is
Hitting a pothole.
Yeah, it's a problem. What other things?
Turning right.
I can't remember why turning right was an
No,
issue.
because you have to turn
God.
across the road.
Yeah,
if you're
that's right. Turning
So you-
right if it's like
oncoming
you're on
traffic.
Johnston
Yeah,
Street.
yeah, yeah.
It's-
If we go back to New York, I think we should do. We did tour to tandem, Fitzy
Oh.
and I, through Central Park. You can hire tandem bikes,
Yeah.
and we just hooned around, and we were pretending that we were doing, Tour de France, but tour de tandem, Fitzy and
that's
I.
fun.
I don't know, like
We did that. Bree and I didn't do the tandem bike, but we did around Central Park, and I it was where
Oh, you
I
rode together.
Yeah, it was
Separate
amazing.
bikes.
Separate bikes, and
It's hard, dude. There's some hills on that fucker.
Well, I've actually got it's on my old Josh Janssen Instagram, but it's archived now. But I'll put it up on the Daily Talk Show.
Mm.
It's me doing a video of me riding, and then I hit a fucking pothole as I was doing it, and so you see me like fucking just quickly changed. Like I went from very confident content creator, felt like fucking
Yeah.
cycling maven, just riding. To
I worry about your elbow.
And so what other things am I worried about?
That was pretty much it. There was one about annoying other cyclists with your poor technique.
Yeah, because people would say that I would sort of flare out my legs too much. I even bought Lycra. I spent $500 on Rafa gear with the idea that
How
it
many
was
times did you use it?
twice. And I even
$250 a ride.
yeah, $250 a ride. And I got I managed to, in those two rides, both times I had an Instagram post for it. So if you cut it down from content.
You're just flexing. You're just flexing. Look at me, guys.
Yeah.
I think if you hope that you find something. Do you think you're sort of?
I want to get a Peloton bike.
But
You can't get them in
why
Australia.
don't you look? I guess this is the thing, right? When you're trying to find a hobby, you're like, yeah, I'm committing. I'm buying the gear, and I'm going to do it. And you don't do it. It's like, okay, that's probably not the one for you.
Yeah.
So then if you do that again a couple of times and then you realize you're not fucking doing the thing that you're paying all this money for, maybe it's you, right? Maybe it's the commitment to the thing.
Maybe it's you. I've heard that before, but Brie actually put me into a rage the other day because she said, your gym's memberships come out.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
for the, yeah, we know. I'm on a fucking 12-month contract. It's going to keep fucking coming out until it's the end of the 12 months.
I've been smashing it every second day. You're welcome.
Okay.
Come.
Yeah, all right, I will come.
It's all good.
Yeah, what were you saying? Sorry.
No, just saying, do you think it's, at what point do you, because you're quite thoughtful about
Thank you.
how you approach life,
Mm.
well, you think a lot about it. Don't know if that's just being thoughtful.
Did you? What I thought made a compliment.
Yeah,
then
no,
I
no,
took
I
it as a
realised that I
compliment,
was
and
like-
then you're like, oh no,
No,
that's
I realised
not
I
a
wasn't giving you a
compliment.
compliment, and
Okay.
don't take this as a compliment.
Okay,
I
sure.
want my compliments to have cut through
Okay,
when
sure.
I really mean them.
Okay, not a compliment.
Not a compliment. But do you think that you look at the things that you spend the money on and you get excited about and you actually don't do? What's the connecting? What's the dot connector there for you? And this is no judgment. This is just understanding.
I don't know. I mean, the Asics were a great purchase.
No, but I think this is Asics are just shoes. Everybody needs shoes. Not everybody needs a
I've been
bike,
using 'em.
Lycra, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
But
more
Asics
the
are good 'cause I've
novelty
been
thing.
using them.
Yeah, but you wear them every day. You should
Yeah.
you got a pair of shoes. So it's more the things that you don't need.
Mm.
Like I think us showing up to do this podcast.
Yeah.
The amount I've truly learnt internally on showing up consistently I think it's translated into many parts of my life that's helped me be better in different areas. Like it was funny, the day you said this, Amy also said it to me, and it was like, I don't think our business would be where it is if we didn't have the podcast.
Yeah.
And what the podcast means is, 20 hours, contact hours per week, plus my time, your time, Mason's time, 3D Dill's time, everyone's time. If we didn't put in that effort, the other side wouldn't be thriving. And so it's this weird thing where it's like, if you're worried about making the commitment to do something that is going to be tough at times, you might not get the other reward from the other thing.
Yeah. I think it's just keeping it smaller. I think the goal is just being smaller is good. I think that the hard thing is that there is heaps of shit wrapped up in gyms. And so you have to sort of overcome that. Like, it's just talk about, in some regards, in one ways, it's like, keep it really easy for, to start with. What are you laughing at?
Yeah, what are you laughing at?
No, there's also a lot wrapped up in your daily rituals on this blog as well.
That was a joke, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. It was a parody on...
In preparation for this day, I've spent the last 5 years listening to audiobooks, podcasts, and reading websites to make sure I'm doing it right.
This is definitely to be clear, I can't remember what I wrote, but go through it because it's comical by the end of it. It was making fun of the Tim Ferrisses and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
This is the... And the thing was, the awkward thing about it was I posted about it. I think people were like, it was a bit of a parody thing.
Actually, no, I remember you posting this. I thought it was true.
Yeah.
I thought it was legit as well.
That's
right.
Do you want to read what
Disclaimer, some of these rituals I've already implemented, like email, showering, and eating.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so it's a
I
joke.
got it but I also saw where you missed the mark slightly with the intensity of the sarcasm. It needed to be higher. Jack Post reached out to you.
Oh,
didn't
that's
he?
right. Yeah. Classic Jack.
But he
Always
thought
on
it
the
was
ground.
true.
Yeah, he would have known that it was bullshit. Like, it was a joke.
But he's buying.
But
the
he's
joke
buying
then
into being
becomes
like,
how.
hey,
Yeah.
it's like Ryan John running across Australia to propose.
Yeah, from Perth to Melbourne.
Yeah, if you don't make it very clear that, like, hey guys, this is a bit of shtick, I didn't actually run.
Well, yeah,
You're getting signed up for fucking marathons.
what you communicate is what people will sort of just take on. And so if people aren't putting a filter of sarcasm because it's not sort of intense enough within the writing,
Yeah.
it's So let's listen to Josh's
highlights? It's pretty long. I
daily
think.
rituals.
I'll just grab out some of the highlights. So wake up to an electronic-free bedroom with no alarm.
Mhm.
Drink a litre of cold lemon water.
It's a Miranda Kerr thing. She loves that.
Yeah,
Cook breakfast, high protein, high fat, greens.
hasn't had greens since he wrote that.
I had greens last night.
Did you?
Yeah, we had like a tuna. We're doing this new thing: brown rice, tuna, greens.
What's
mixed-
greens though? What's greens?
It was like a broccolini, all cut up and then
good,
put in it.
Good. Bodie had greens too. My 2.5-year-old. Anyway, go on.
It's easier when there you go.
Any client phone calls using headphones to avoid arm strain.
That's funny. Don't you think that's funny?
That's hilarious.
Thank you.
It's funnier now that we're reading it out. On the show.
Yeah. Anything else? Isn't it funny? I just remembered this site.
Oh, here we go. Tidy the apartment and do any washing.
That's the biggest joke of them all. I got that humour.
Yeah. No, I've been getting better. Mr. 97. I've noticed that maybe I need to. I just saw 3D Deal's thumb. It's really thick with that metal brace, isn't it?
Really thick.
The problem is I can't actually do any form of chore without having fucking laughs.
Why?
Like,
what do you mean?
Yesterday, I picked up the plates and I started washing them. And just Mr. 97 was like laughing, just pointing at me. I was thinking, what am I doing? What's going on here?
But your brand, the way you've sold yourself as the guy who, I mean, who are we talking about this? Oh, so on Saturday night at an engagement party, and my wife was talking to a friend's wife, and they were talking about how she was talking about how at her house she was wanting to mount this picture.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, look, I'm going to, can you do it? And he's like, nah, to the husband, this is my friend. Nah. But then a little later, she had said, look, my sister's boyfriend's coming around. He's going to mount it. And that's where he steps in and says, nah, fuck that. I could do it.
That's so funny.
But it's just
I'm
like-
the opposite though. I'm just like, who's coming over to help? I mean, that's the problem when it comes to moving. If we have people helping us move, I just do the numbers. I'm like, I don't need an extra pair of hands. I'm just going to fucking...
Yeah.
But I was actually can I just say, the last move, very good.
Whose move?
My move.
As in your house?
My house.
Okay, because
The office move. I don't even remember it.
Ridiculous.
Well, I was going to say...
Mason and I, we did it. We basically did the whole thing.
Well,
Your back was cooked, to be fair.
Yeah. And we had it's very convenient. I'd sort of play a role of disagreeing with the logistics and the way that's going to happen.
But isn't doing any of it.
No, but it's like, we either do it this way and then you say, no, I want to do it this way. I'm like, fine. You do it your way. But that means I can't be involved.
Just to be clear, the doing it his way was
Staging.
Let's do it tomorrow, or let's do it during the week. The rest of it, I was like, no, we're getting it all done today.
Well, I wanted us to have desks, and you said, "Nah, mate, you'll be able to get desks."
We couldn't
and I've
get
never
them anyway.
I've never seen someone sweat so fucking hard on the phone to Officeworks, being like, "Oh, what?
yeah.
You're all sold out," and just looking at me, I'm like, "Fucking told you, we got to prioritize the desks."
But Mr. 97, you would have to admit that we did it the right way.
Yeah, I wouldn't come back later.
Yeah, I thought it was the right way too. I felt great about it. In the end.
But Mason and I I was saying, look, Josh won't mention it, but his back's really bad. I was saying this to him.
Yeah.
You weren't around, but I was like, his back's really bad.
But did I mention? I probably did mention it. Or
Nah, it's not for a long time. You were like pretty stoic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm good.
Well, I remember. One of my old clients, a neurosurgeon, said that he was like the big thing that fucks people up is when it comes to moving or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like you can live a normal life and can be all fine, but when it comes to lifting heavy shit, that's just the time.
Leave it to
that
the 7 foot Samoans that fucking nail it.
Yeah, well, that is quite a
mate. You need to have just a fucking
strength.
iron body to be a removalist.
Yeah.
Take my hat off to you.
Yeah.
I was at a cafe on the weekend, Bodie and I. And
a lot of cafes lately.
Yeah, well, look, when you've got a kid, like we've got rituals, so we get up in the morning, Saturdays, go to the coffee. I mean, that was just my ritual. Bodie's a part of it.
Yeah.
But we like to get out and just cruise around the pram and hang out, go to the park. But I had this moment where I don't feel awkward usually when I'm at cafes or when I'm interacting with groups of people.
Sure.
But
leave that to me.
I was added on Facebook, which I don't have Facebook on my phone. I've got Facebook Messenger, so I can't see notifications coming through of who's adding me or anything like that. So it was the day before I was on my computer and I saw that I got a friend request from this woman. And I was like, who's this? So I clicked onto it and then I was like, oh, that's the woman I see at the cafe.
Does she work at the cafe?
No.
Oh.
She's a casting director that.
Oh, here we go. This is a big break.
No, but I knew her many years.
We got
Who's that?
The doorbell. That's interesting. Do you want to go get it 3D deal?
Go get it 3D deal.
Let us know if something.
Wonder if
maybe mail or something.
I wonder if we've booked in anything. Have we booked in anything that we don't know of?
No, you're really
jogged
there.
off. Really jogged off. Anyway,
I'm excited to see what it is. To be honest.
So I I wonder who this is. I'm hearing something.
Oh yeah, we had the sit-in today. Yeah, come on in. The fuck we've started early.
No one put that in the.
Yeah,
no one put it in the calendar.
No, it is in the calendar.
It is in the calendar.
We fucked up.
It's in there.
We fucked up.
Guys, for a calendar,
Tom,
come in,
you need to use
come
a
on in,
calendar.
mate.
Tom's here. Take a
Tom's
seat,
here.
buddy.
On the couch.
Just take it. No, yeah, on the
go
couch. Just chill, dude.
We're about to do.
We're mid-story.
Yeah, mid-story.
Yeah. Note to self: check calendar. Utilize calendar. This woman. I'm in the cafe.
Mm-hmm.
I accepted her. You said accept. And you're casting director. Years and years ago, I did a presenting workshop at where her casting agency was.
Mm-hmm.
It was in another room, but I met her. She was lovely. Never casted me for anything. That's all good.
Wait, so did you know this?
I knew her. I knew she was a casting director, and I knew that I would see her around at the cafe.
Sure.
But we weren't friends on Facebook. But I got this ad on Facebook, and so I saw her, and I was like, "Oh, that's the woman from the cafe." So I accepted. But then I was like, I saw her at the cafe on the Saturday. I just had this moment where I'm like, do I say something about like how we're now friends on Facebook? I just had this weird moment. It felt like
That's why I got rid of Facebook.
Yeah, but it's weird.
I had the exact same thing happen to me. Well, sort of the same thing. Sparked up conversation with someone. And this is the worst thing about having a podcast is you tell them about the podcast and all that sort of thing. So I don't know who the fuck's listening anymore to the show.
No, we don't.
But I met someone at a cafe. We had a conversation, and now like we added each other on Instagram. Bree added her and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then I saw her at Coles like 2 weeks later.
She's your mate though. You're friends on Instagram.
But the thing is that for whatever reason, whenever I don't know what comes over me, but I just like run away. Like I was like
hiding.
all of a sudden I was like, oh, I've got to get the eggplant, and I sort of because I was just like I don't know. And we didn't even end up getting the eggplant because wherever I ran to, there was no
Yeah.
eggplants. And so I was like, we've got to go now.
So did you actually speak to her?
No,
Nothing.
no.
You
And
avoided
so,
her
but the
at
thing
all
is,
costs.
but it's got nothing to do with the person.
No, I know. It's exactly right. I the only way to get out, because I sort of built this up in my head. It's probably just from you. I'm getting this from you. But I'm like,
Wait, you're blaming.
I'm
How am I
blaming-
getting blamed?
I'm blaming the. Just I don't know. Maybe it's by osmosis. I'm hanging around you. I start.
Because I think
going
Bree
through the
does it
same-
too. Because Bree was running as much as I was. She was like on board.
The interaction's never as bad as what you think it is, because I was in the cafe and I was with Bodhi, and having a child is a great excuse because you're like, oh no, I've got to go. Oh, you got to get him home.
Yeah, sure.
But I was
That's
like,
a
I
good-
had to walk out past her, and she was with some people that I knew that I would have had to say hello to or seem like an arsehole.
Mhm.
And so I didn't mention the Facebook thing, but I looked in her eyes, she looked in mine, and we knew
Really?
that we were now Facebook friends. It was something
Was it
about
a smile?
Yeah, it was just like as if she hadn't gone through my page, as if she hadn't added me. Why do you add someone?
Did
these
you go
days?
through her page?
I went through a couple of her photos, like her
Mm-hmm.
profile photos, but I didn't actually go through. I should go through.
That's what I hate about, like, there is something about social media and knowing about, there's that funny meme where it's like asking about their family holiday from 4 years ago because you've already looked into everything. And that's how
Yeah,
I feel a
yeah.
little bit, is I can go onto some pretty amazing rabbit holes that
Oh,
go
yeah.
quite deep, and before you know
Mate,
it.
you've sent me screenshots from rabbit holes you've been on.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Effort.
That's all right. If you're listening to the show, take a screen grab
Yeah.
and leave an Insta story. Like doing your own Insta story and say,
Yeah.
oh, listening to the show, this is great.
Josh, 85% dark chocolate is not that great for you if you eat it
Oh, yeah,
in
give
the
us
kilos.
feel free to give it. I stand by 85% is completely fine.
Sure.
But outside of that, you can send us an email, hi@thedailytalkshow.com. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you
Catch ya.
guys.